This definitely should have been my first video. It occurred to me while editing my last two videos that I never really explained why I go by the name TravelFL here. Figured if anyone's gonna spend their time listening to the crazy shit I have to say, the least I can do is tell you a little bit about myself. Just a little bit, not too much. The name TravelFL started during the pandemic. I had an anonymous account while I was testing this app called Periscope. It's a live streaming app that actually doesn't exist anymore. So my account handle on Periscope just had a bunch of numbers. And on one afternoon when I was sitting in the back of an Uber on my way to go visit someone, I remember sitting and scrolling around and I said there's really nothing else to do. So I just turned my camera on and I faced it out the window. And that's all I did. But people showed up. And of course, since it was the pandemic, everyone was just asking what's open in Miami. Everything shut down. So I was sitting in that Uber for about 20 minutes just talking to people about life in Miami. So I said, okay, I knew I was going to take a few more Uber rides. I said, all right, I'm just going to call my Periscope TravelFL because I'm traveling and I'm in Florida. And that was it. I put no thought into it really. I just changed the name and then boom, I just started recording every time I hopped in the back of an Uber. Then as time went on and I'm starting to learn about the app a little bit more, I'm seeing some familiar names in the chat. What I found out from visiting other people's live streams is that no one was talking about relationships. Every time I went to go visit someone else's stream, they were either just smoking or staring at the screen like a deer in headlights. And after a few days, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna put my face on camera for the first time. And the title of my first live stream is gonna be called I Love Talking About Relationships. And I thought that title was gonna be perfect because if anything, it was gonna get women to chime in. And by that time, I was already kind of sick and tired of seeing people talk about the exact same shit. So I opened the app, flip the camera around. I already had people asking, what is it that you want to talk about? Are you some relationship guy? That first stream I think lasted about 30 full minutes of just non-stop Q&A. Live streaming for like 30 minutes to an hour a day kind of became habit. And at the time I was running pretty much every day. So I was just taking my followers with me on these scenic routes that I would take during the day. Then I would just start my live streams again at nighttime for my relationship content. Women talking about their ex-husband, problems with their boyfriends. I mean, make no mistake, even though things were closed down, women still wanted to go out and meet people and get dressed, interact with people. I'm acting like you guys don't know that already. It's not got a script for any of my live streams either. I'm actually only making these videos just so people know that this is a real channel. That was it really. The women knew me as Travel, even though honestly I can't really stand traveling. I was pretty much the guy who was taking all my followers to the beach with me every day and then having relationship talks by night, and that was it. My channel back then only really started to take off probably just a few months while they shut the app down completely. So instead of waiting for Periscope to come back, I figured I might as well take the time to start uploading a few videos based on some of the things that I was talking about back then in short form for this brand new YouTube audience. So calling my new channel TravelFL just felt like a natural fit. I remember what it was like starting from zero, so this is not that new. A Periscope part 2 in some ways. I'm sure I'll talk about this a bit more in the future. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to talk about relationships. I'm sure it's gonna be a little over the top for some people. There you have it, TravelFL, my new YouTube channel. This definitely should have been my first video. See you guys in the next one.